first openly transgender athlete to win a Division I NCAA championship.
I try to focus on my swimming, what I need to do to get ready for my races, and just try to block out everything else.
Game between Kip Academy and Collegiate Charter. 3 girls on that team got seriously injured.
What are you going to do about that?
We're going to end it. It ends immediately.
Last time I checked, there was the National Basketball Association and there was the Women's National Basketball Association, because there are 2 separate genders out there, right? I don't see or feel the need for LeBron to be on Aja Wilson's team when LeBron can just go support Aja Wilson, or Aja Wilson can go support LeBron. In today's society, it has got completely out of hand with men wanting to compete with a woman. I want to go through a couple of different top stories of different athletes on the shim side of things, and we're going to listen to born right women talk about this as well.
Game between Kip Academy and Collegiate Charter. 3 girls on that team got seriously injured just in the first half. The coach for Collegiate Charter forfeited at halftime.
I find that funny because that's like what I'm getting beat up about the most, is like, you're beating little kids and little girls, and I'm just like, I didn't intend to do that. Like, this was the first competition that I've been to that I actually wanted to win. The skill level's, again, really determined by your determination, your tenacity to just like put yourself on top and through these obstacles. It has nothing to do with your age.
Do you think that you have a physical advantage?
Okay. I don't think so.
Soren Stark-Jessa. He's a dude. This is his brother. Way to cheat, bro! Way to cheat, bro! All right, you should be so proud. So proud.
The first lap coming through now. Way to go, girl. Here comes second place. She's doing great. And here comes third place, the boy and the girl's race. Go get him, fourth place.
Go, Jesse!
Thomas wins the NCAA championship.
And controversy. Leah Thomas, a swimmer on the University of Pennsylvania's women's swim team, has become the first openly transgender athlete to win a Division I NCAA championship.
I try to focus on my swimming, what I need to do to get ready for my races, and just try to block out everything else.
Outside of the arena, dueling protests.
This isn't about hate. This is about identities do not play sports. Bodies play sports. And Leah Thomas will always have a male body.
This dog whistle for transphobia. If we are going to allow Leah to compete, then we need to give her a chance to win.
This protester inside the arena holding up a sign reading, "Save Women's Sports." Thomas competed on the men's team for 3 seasons before undergoing years of hormone therapy. But critics argue Thomas still has an unfair advantage. Nancy Hogshead-Makar is a women's rights attorney and former Olympic swimmer.
Leah Thomas has been through puberty. So that's 10 years of having testosterone, making broader shoulders and bigger lungs and strength.
Hogshead-Makar wrote a letter to UPenn last month signed by 16 athletes on the school swim team, saying, quote, Leah holds an unfair advantage over competition in the women's category, as evidenced by her rankings that have bounced from number 462 as a male to number 1 as a female. But another trans swimmer, Isaac Hennig of Yale, who recently competed against Thomas, argues otherwise.
Trans athletes have always existed, we will continue to exist, and we deserve to play the game just as much as everyone else.
Earlier this year, the NCAA changed the rules on the participation of trans athletes.
Transgender American swimmer Leah Thomas's Olympic dreams have ended for the Paris Summer Games. The competitive swimmer losing her bid to compete in the Summer's Games and to swim in other elite women's races. An international court rejected her appeal of rule changes by the World Swimming's governing body. So Morning in America weekend anchor Hannah Doba joins us now with more. Good morning. It's great to see you. It's fun to be in boxes like this when I normally see you there in New York City. But give us the latest. Why did the court toss Thomas's case?
Good morning, Anna. Great to see you, my friend. Hi, everybody. So let's dive in. Leah Thomas has sought to participate in the 2024 Summer Olympic Games. That's every athlete's dream. She argued that the world's aquatic gender inclusion policy was invalid, unlawful, and discriminatory. But the Switzerland-based Court for Arbitration of Sport, it's also known as CAS, says she lacks standing to overturn the rules. Now, for our viewers, you may remember Leah Thomas. She dominated the world of competitive swimming, becoming the 2022 NCAA champion in the 500-yard freestyle and All-American in 3 of the women's swimming and diving championships. She is also the first known male-born athlete to win an NCAA Division I women's title. We should mention just 3 years before winning all those accolades and all those awards, Thomas was competing at the University of Pennsylvania, but she was competing as a man. Now, the World Aquatic Swimming International governing body established a new gender inclusion policy in 2022, just 3 months after Thomas's title win. It bans biological male athletes from competing in women's elite races unless they transitioned by the age of 12 or before experiencing any part of male puberty. So it's complicated, but after a few years, CAS did come down to this decision yesterday, Anna. And Thomas turned to the Court for Arbitration of Sport, also known as CAS, seeking to overturn the rules, but the court then denied her request, ruling that Thomas, lacks standing to challenge the policy because she was swimming outside of the world's aquatic competitive system in the first place. Now, World Aquatics hailing the ruling as, quote, a major step forward in our efforts to protect women's sport, going on to say that World Aquatics is dedicated to fostering an environment that promotes fairness, respect, and equal opportunities for athletes of all genders. And we reaffirm this pledge, end quote. Now, Leah Thomas, she did respond. She calls the ruling discriminatory and deeply disappointing, Anna.
And by the way, we should not allow men to play in women's sports. So crazy. See, it just shows you what these political geniuses, I have all these consultants, all these great... Sir, don't say that. It's very controversial. That's not written down anywhere. I just said, this might be a good time. So, they said, don't do it. And that gets the biggest hand of everything. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I tell the story of the great swimmer, great female swimmer, wonderful woman, beautiful woman. She's been swimming for many years. She wants to break the world record. And she's at the pool, and she wants to break it by 1/8 of a second. That's like fast. And she's going to do it. She's getting ready, and she looks down. She sees all people she's been competing with for years because they rise to the top. And she looks over here, and she sees people. But then she looks, and they call this. They say this. She sees somebody with a man's body. That's what they do. They call it. I said, you think it's okay to say that? That's actually the expression they're using. They'll change that soon, so I have to do it quickly. I have to say it, because they're going to change it. And you know the guy, he was named Female Athlete of the Year. Did you know that? It's true. He was just named female. We're not dealing with things that are so easy here, Newt. This is a difficult, crazy world. You'd almost say, is the world going crazy? Because 99% of the things I'm saying are common sense. But she looks over and sees her friends down there, and then she looks, and this guy is massive. He's got a wingspan. He's got arms that are 30 feet long. And I always say, and she was seriously injured during the meet because he swam so fast that he gave her major wind burn as he went by her. And she didn't break the record, but he broke the record that day. You know what the number was? 38 seconds. So she wanted to break it by an eighth of a second, and he broke it by 38 seconds. Or the weightlifter, I think it was like 218 pounds. I know, that's a lot. I can't lift it. I don't know who can. Any of our ex-Trump people, they're all Trump people. Kevin's saying he can lift it. I don't know about that, Kevin, but that's a lot. 218 pounds, and she got over that weight, and she was going to break it. They put a half an ounce here, half little tiny ring on top of these big barbells, dumbbells. And they go, and she went like this, and she got it break it. Stood for 11 years. And her mother and father are screaming, "You got it! You got it, darling. I'm so proud of my girl." Well, she couldn't do it. And then this guy comes along. He's named Alice. And he looks at the weight. World record, world record. We could have put another couple of 100 pounds on. I think he would have lifted it. It's so disrespectful to women. And they say it's politically incorrect. It's so disrespectful to women. So horrible. So unfair. It's so unfair. And I'll tell you what, if I were ever, I'd be the greatest women's basketball coach in history. Because I don't like LeBron.